Welcome back to another ILR stream. Today we're racing around Belgium with full quali, and let's hope for a good race. So there's 22 laps, full quali. Oh, I can't find self-promo. Even though I'll take the pain and let you know only cause everything. How many people are we meant to have? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17. So we're meant to have 17. So we're waiting on what? 4 people? Yeah, 4 people. I should probably get a stream on my laptop. Go. Hello to the two viewers that are watching. We've got 16 people. So we are getting underway now. And here we go. Underway for quali. As you know, 3 quali sessions to see who will come out on top. Trying for Roman. Here we go. Underway for quali. And it's a white quali in Q1. So this could be anyone's quali now. People could struggle. Some of the bigger names like Sayar, Malik. Well, Sayo could and Sayo Plimble Roman could have a poor quali session and be knocked out in Q1, but we'll have to wait and see with their pace around Spa in the wet, as there is one car coming out, and that is Malik. So Malik will be the first one out. Oh no, sorry, not Malik. Will be Justin, the first one out on track. So only a couple of drivers out on track at the moment, but by the looks of it, Justin will be the first one to start his lap with Malik, unless Malik catches up. Then Malik may start his lap before him. Oh god, you haven't. Forgot about him. He's quite quick. If I can remember, he was really quick. But, yeah. As here comes Justin. 15 minutes and 50 seconds left. As Justin will come down towards the bus stop chicane and will now start his lap. Rounds the final corner up towards the line and will now begin his lap. First flying lap, as Vin's already out at Eau Rouge. Coming down into turn 1, Justin. Nice and smooth. Gets a really good exit. Up towards Eau Rouge, where Vin has literally just retired. He lets off, going up Eau Rouge, keeps within track limits, and will continue on his way. No DRS, sorry, for Q1. Up towards the end of the first sector at 32.9. He's got a Red Bull up ahead of him of Sayar. He took those corners really cautiously out into the long sweeping right hairpin. Doesn't use all the track, neither does Malik, and this time he takes way too much track and invalidates his lap. Malik carries on with his lap through the long sweeping left-hander. Can easily lose the rear on these corners, but he keeps the car in a straight line now up towards the end of the second sector, sweeping left, sweeping right, up towards the end of the middle sector. His teammate is up ahead at 125.4 for the middle sector. He's not going to pick up a toe off his teammate, but he will set the first lap time of the day. I think he touched the grass a bit there, going into the third class corner now, into the bus stop chicane. And it's a little bit deep, going into the final corner, up towards the line, blitz skirmish on the rear, up towards the line, and comes towards the line set at 156.8. Really unfortunate for Justin, as he's invalidated his lap, and I think he might be going again. I'm not too sure, but Jurven will come across the line and set a 2 minute 2 minute and 0.9. That is quite slow. 2.9, 2.09. as the other drivers will now ramp up their lap times. Let me just quickly what am I doing? I don't know how. Oh, here we go. Invites and requests. Sorry guys, just trying to find me. Let's just invite, added me. Alright, there we go. Alright, as it's it's Malik on provisional pole for this Q1. Roman and Plimble mocking out the second and third spot. But Saya, I think he's on a lap. He's starting his lap. So Saya will start his lap as Malik goes quicker of 156.3. So at the moment Yervin has got the slowest time of the session, and he'll need to go again if he wants to get out into Q1, as he does go quicker. It says 157.3. So that is a much better time for him, and you could see him through into Q2 as Saya comes in through the right of the start of the middle sector, round the long sweeping right hander. Doesn't use all the track. Will he keep it within track limits? Just about up towards the double right hander. Again, can lose the rear if you take too much curb, but it doesn't take too much curb and continues on with his lap. Roman goes quickest now with 156.1. So he's taking it really carefully in these corners, not pushing the limits as much as they possibly could. Purple middle sector of 124.2 for Saya, so clear that Red Bull working really well in the middle sector. Now it's just flat out up towards the bus stop chicane. Keep it within track limits. Now coming into the bus stop chicane, nice and tidy. Now sprint towards the line and come across the line and set a 154.8. What a lap from Saya. 1 and a bit seconds clear of Roman. That is an incredible time from Saya. That will see him into Q2. Sammy Bo, Luke both need to improve their times, as well as Justin, who's had a poor lap. Casper will now begin his lap. Coming down towards turn 1. Late braking into second gear. Now shifting up gears, using the track to get the grip. Now up towards Eau Rouge. The rain spits on his visor, keeps it within track limits. Now up towards the end of the first sector. It's a 32.7. So can he get out in Q1 and into Q2? Car drifting through that corner now into the long sweeping right hander. Yellow flags in the last sector. Don't know if that's a slow car or what, as he comes into the long sweeping double left hander. Keep it nice and tidy. Now just one more left-right section into the double right-hander, and then it's flat out up towards the bus stop chicane at 26.1, so not the quickest middle sector. He flies down towards the bus stop chicane, letting off a bit in these tricky wet conditions as he rounds the final two corners. Get a good exit using all the track up towards the line, and will come across the line set 157.6. So that's a bit touch and go if he wants to get. Oh well, actually no, he could be through into Q2. I don't know who will be out. Possibly 14th downwards. With 6 minutes and 35 seconds left on the session. Sammy Bow will start another lap. Actually send another invite. Sammy Bow towards the long sweeping right-hander, runs a bit wide, midway through the middle sector. Long sweeping right-hander, sorry. Now into the double left-hander, running a little bit wide, not taking the apex, losing the rear on the exit a bit, losing a bit of the rear on the exit, and he can't really get the traction in that Alpine. It's been a horrid lap, not getting close to any of the apexes, not having to lift off loads, and he comes down towards the bus stop chicane, letting off into towards the bus stop chicane. Managed to get to the apexes this time. He dashes towards the line and comes across the line set at 159.1, barely gaining any time. So clearly running wide on and not touching the apexes or getting close to the apexes, costing him a load of time around here. Luke's invalidated his lap. As Velocity has joined us. On his out lap. Oh, Luke spun and has broken his front wing. Okay, there's no repair time in an online lobby. He was probably out for this quality session. There's 3 minutes and 20 seconds left, so he's got enough time to get in the box and then get out to set a lap. But in the meantime, Velocity will now begin his lap after arriving late into this quality session. He's going to get a lovely toe on the exit of Eau Rouge, as long as he doesn't get too affected going up Eau Rouge. Taking a lot quicker than what other drivers have taken, clearly more confidence in the car than what other drivers have got, as Luke is now retired, so he could be out here This is 32.3 for the first sector for velocity. Now come towards the long sweeping right-hander. Gets close to the apex compared to Samuel. Is that Alfa Romeo gets out of the way for velocity. It's a double left-hander just touching the apex. And it's been a pretty good lap for velocity as of yet, not getting too close to the apexes, not taking too much apex through these corners. Through the middle, so it's at 126.5. And now it's just the bus stop chicane left. After arriving late, can velocity get into Q2 as he runs wide? Doesn't invalidate his lap time. Into the bus stop chicane. Up towards the line. Full throttle. And coming across the line, so 1:58.3 and should get him through into Q2. So Sayar and Rome and Gervin are both retired on purpose, so no, they are through in Q2 as velocity is now binned it. That was really close to the Alfa Romeo hitting them. As he gets out of the way for that Aston Martin. But that is velocity's quali over. So Sayar tops the timesheet. It's just down to Strelka. Can he get into Q2 or keep himself in Q2? Can Yeatmax improve his time and stay away from the Redigan? Okay, keep going. Justin is out, Vin's out, Luke is out of Q1. Can Yeatmax, I don't know what the who will go out, but if it is at P14 as well, can Yeatmax improve his time to get away from P14 and comfortably into Q2? Strelka coming down towards the bus stop chicane. Just 2 more corners to go. Yeatmax not far behind him. Takes it nice and easy up towards the line. And sets a 57.7. 157.7 for Strelka. Meanwhile, Yeatmax, can he get through into Q2? I don't know. It's a 159.2. But at the moment, Luke, Justin and Vin are out of qualifying. Bayron is on a lap at the moment. What can he do in that Aston Martin? Rounds the final corner, up towards the line, and will set a lap time of a 157.6, I believe that was. P8. He goes. So Yeatmax does actually make it through into Q2. Yeah, it was a 157.6, but Sayar tops the timesheet for Q1, Roman and Yervin. Just under half a second back from Sayar Plimble in P4, as well as Malik in P5. And the people that are out, oh, it's only Justin and Vin that is out in Q1. So Luke will actually make it through into Q2. So there is your Q1 results. Luke just making it through into Q2. Hello to the 8 people that are watching the stream. So Q2 is underway, still wet weather in this qualifying session. So this time 15 minutes to get the best lap they can in. As here we go, underway for Q2. Bayron will be the first one out on the track. So as Veyron comes towards the bus stop chicane to begin his flying lap, the Markov Yervin is close behind him. So here comes Veyron to begin his flying lap. 12 minutes and 30 seconds left of the session. Down towards turn 1. Going down the gears into gear 1, up into gear 2. Now climbing up the gears up towards Eau Rouge. Let up the gas a little bit. Takes it nice and easy. If it was right, DRS would be open. But it's all about slipstream and ERS in this wet weather conditions. Purple first sector is 32.8. Keeps it nice and easy. A little bit squirmish on the rear on the exit of that corner into the long sweeping right hander up into third gear, short shift into fourth. Now up towards the double left-hander, rising the curb on the entrance to that corner. It's becoming a train of cars as they are setting their lap times. They run into the final sector on 26.1 for him. Our guys will be going quicker than him. That Red Bull looks like it's close behind that mark as Bayram will come towards the end of his lap in towards the bus stop chicane. Where it's a little bit late but manages to keep it within track limits up towards the line. It was at 1:57.5 at Yervin. Then Sayer goes provisional pole. Malik P2, but Sayer takes provisional pole at the moment for over 1:54.6. Some lap times may have been affected from from cars that have been ahead of them. But Sayer clearly not been affected as he tops the time sheet. Kimball goes P4 as Roman is now on the lap. Into the long sweeping left right corner. Can easily lose the rear at any moment. As Casper gets 5 place grid penalty for causing the collision. As there's a massive crash up on the straight. Oh my god! 4 car pile up. As Roman comes into the final 2 corners and will come across the line to set a lap time of 1:55.1. Hello pal, it's me Yak. Hello Yak. How are you doing? Oh, as Roman is now out. Roman is out of qualifying. So he won't be able to improve on his lap time. I thought you was neat. Oh, you thought I was a neat? What? I don't know what you're going on about, man. Oh, the driver. Oh, you meant Yeet Max. Thought it was Yeet Max. Nah, not Yeet Max. As Plimble and Roman are both out in Q2. That's really unfortunate as they will have a lot to do in the race now. Hello Bean. Who, me? Oh, right. Yeah, what, you talk about me for good and that. As is what? Is on an outlap. It's peak. Fashion. The middle sector 126.9. And now towards the bus stop chicane. Into the bus stop chicane, riding the curb a little bit. Oh, in his box. So we will now begin his lap, possibly his final flying lap of the session. It comes up towards Eau Rouge. Looks like the rain is slowly loose on the rear, but manages to keep the car on track up towards the middle sector, at the end of the first sector, sorry. He improved on his lap, only just 7 thousandths. He has improved on in the first sector. Runs a little bit wide up towards the double left-hander, not riding the curve, braking a lot more than what he would have wanted. Clearly this Alpine is struggling for grip through the corners. Down to the middle sector at 125 and improves on his lap time 125.9 and improves his lap time just under half a second. So this won't get him out of Q2 as it stands. He rounds the final corner up towards the line and will set a lap time of 157.4 and will get into Q3 for the time being, but other drivers are still yet to set a lap time. He goes P6 and joins his teammate who is in P5. Luke and Yeatmax are both on outlaps. As all of the lower half of the grid, P11 down to P15 are out. Set another lap time. Let's set the final laps. Kimball and Bowman both crashing out and won't be participating in Q3. Oh, won't be participating in Q3 even. So they've got a lot to do in the race. As Luke will now begin his final flying lap. Will it be his final lap in qualifying, or will he make it into Q3? Rounds turn 1 nice and neatly on the exit up towards Eau Rouge. What a lap from Zach Legal as he sets a 154.0 as he tops the time sheet. What a lap from Zach as Luke 2 tenths up in his previous lap time could be out here as he's on soft tyres. Can he get into Q3 on those set of softs? The track is dry. Still droplets of rain on that is still spitting, as you can see. In towards the final sector, we've got Yeet Mech, I believe, right behind him. Yes, he has. Who's on a set of intermediate tyres. 3 seconds up in his previous lap time. So could it be time for dry tyres? Oh, what am I saying? It is time for dry tyres. Luke could stick this on provisional pole in this Q2 session. As it stands, he will be getting through into Q3 with this lap time, and does get into Q3 as he sets the fastest lap of the race, fastest lap of qualifying. But then Shielka takes that from him on the inters. What can Basson do? Oh, nothing, because he's invalidated his lap time. Veyron and Isaac, all that's left to set their lap times, as well as Yervin, who is invalidated his lap. So it's just these two. Isaac goes at provisional pole of 151.8. Can Veyron get into Q3 as he runs the final corner up towards the line? And he does. Veyron is in Q3, 150.1. I think. No, 150.8. Sorry. 253. Strelka's got a 5-place grid penalty. So, Roman is out. Pimble is out. Casper, Velocity, Sammy Bow, and Basson are all out in Q2. Yervin just makes it through into Q2, but it's been a poor Q2 for the Red Bulls, as they probably thought it was going to be enough for P1 and 2 for this Q2 session. But nevertheless, they make it through into Q3, as Veyron does top the time sheet by a whole second to Isaac. Q3 is underway. 11 minutes and Q3 is going to be dry. So we will have DRS for this Q3 session. As Luke will be the first one out on track. Drivers will have more confidence going up Eau Rouge this time around. Making it more closer to flat out than what they would do in the wet conditions. we've got 2 Aston Martins, Alfa Romeo, 1 AlphaTauri, Merc, McLaren, 2 Red Bulls, and a Williams in Q3. Up towards turn 11 and 12. Into turn 13, runs a little bit wide on exit turn 13 into turn 14. Now in towards turn 16, that's taking more flat out at more speed. Now up towards the bus stop chicane, flat out now. And it's been a pretty decent lap for Luke. That Red Bull that is behind him will set a lap time quicker than him. So it's 146.1. Malik comes across the line next. It's at 143.8. Nemex slower than Luke. As they comes into the final corner up towards the line. And we'll go provisional pole of 143.3. 5 clear of his teammate. As Jurven goes P3. A whole just over a second to Malik. As all the drivers are out on track and all have set a lap time. So that is the first round of lap times done. They're on another lap. Either say he's on another lap or he's rushing back to the pits. Because it was this middle sector. He's on his way back to the pits. So Saya takes provisional pole at the moment. 143.35 attempts clear of his teammate Malik. Then a second behind them is Yervin. Then comes Zach Legal in P4. Not too far behind Yervin. No, sorry, Q3 is unheard of. They run in P5. Just is a second back to Zach, and then really close behind Veyron comes Luke. Then behind him comes Isaac. Strilka in P8. Quite close, Isaac and Strilka. And then Yeetmex in P9. 2 attempts slower than Strilka. The Red Bull of Malik is already coming out for another run. He is not wasting any time. Is already out there. Get ready to set possibly his final lap of the session. And he's the only driver out on track at the moment, but his teammate is now starting to come out as well. Can Yervin pull some pace out of the bag and get that pole position? Or will the Red Bulls dominate once again? Here we go with Malik up towards the bus stop chicane, whereas he will now begin to set his final flying lap of the session. He's got to make this lap count. I think he's left it a bit early in my opinion, but here comes Malik starting his lap time now, flying down towards turn 1. Late braking, shifting down to second gear. Not going to pick up a toe from anyone, but that McLaren may give him a slight toe going down the straight, as he will, as he picks up a lovely toe from that McLaren, and it's 200 slower than his previous lap time. Not a good first sector for Malik. Can he improve that in the middle sector? Meanwhile, his teammate has now started his lap. We're on the board with him as he gets close to the end of the first sector. And here we go. They are 4,000 quicker than his previous time. Up on his previous time. It's been a much better middle sector for Malik. He's 3/10 quicker in the middle sector. Can he fit that Red Bull closer to pole or on pole position as he rounds the bus stop chicane up towards the line? DRS wide open, and it's only going to be enough for P2. So Saya could be on pole position unless Jurgen can pull out an astonishing lap time. But Saya up towards the bus stop chicane now. Will Saya improve on his lap time and secure that pole position up towards the line, and will go provisional pole of a 143.062. That is Saya and Malik's qualifying over. They run, but is on a lap, but Strelka will be the first to finish his lap, and we'll go P5. Now that Alfa Romeo will go P3 for the time being. Yeatmax, can he improve on his position as he rounds the final corner? Bit squirmish on the rear, up towards the line, and we'll go P5. And here comes Isaac now. That Red Bull pulling out the way for Isaac. Luke's invalidated his lap, so he won't improve. Can Isaac get up the grid? Can Jurgen get in any position? He comes. Oh, that car that was up ahead of him put him off loads, and will not improve on his lap time. Really unfortunate for Jurgen, as he was up on his time, and he is going to be fuming with what just happened. Luke pulled out off the race line late, and Jurgen couldn't do anything about it. So Saya takes pole position for the Spa Grand Prix, followed by Malik, and Zach Legal in the Alfa Romeo will take P3. What a lap by Zach. That's qualifying over. So once again, Saya takes pole position, 3/10 clear of his teammate Zach, who's in P2. Zach in P3, a whole second slower than the Red Bull. Guys, that is insane. P5 for Yeatmax, P4 for Jurgen. Really unfortunate, as Luke got in the way on his final flying lap. Veyron and Strelka P6 and 7, and Luke P8 and Isaac in P9. It's qualifying over. Now time for the race. What is going on? It's kicked. The game's kicked everyone out. So it's going to be a new lobby. It's going to be a new lobby. So we'll just wait for the invite. There we go. We are ready up for the race now. As the drivers will now select the tyre strategy. So it's going to be one stop if you are on the medium tyres, and a 2 stop if you are on the soft tyres. We'll find out soon what it will be. Oh, bloody dickhead. Throat hurts. As we get underway for the formation lap. So yeah, it's either one stop if you are going to medium to hards. It's going to be a 2 stop if you're going medium soft. Just get the details up. And everyone is choosing the mediums other than Justin, Dent and Bassin, but we don't know if that is going to be a 2 stop or if it's going to be a 1 stop for the medium runners. Our hard tyres could do a 1 stop of hard to soft, but they would have to take those hard tyres at least to lap 17. I'd say 22 laps is quite short for a 50% race, but mind you, it is a long track. Oh, someone's put Sayer last, even though I swear he qualified first. Well, Sayer's not happy that he's in last. Yeah, Sayer will end up somehow winning this race. Sayer will somehow still win this race. Oh, Luke's been disqualified. As the drivers will now come around the final corner. As Monique
is proper warming his tyres up. So, after a very long wait, the drivers are now forming up in their grid slots. I wonder if I can get a good angle. If not, it'll have to be from here. That's the only angle we're going to get. 5 red lights. As Jurgen's jumped the start, but it's lights out and away we go here in Spa. Jurgen has jumped the start and is up into P1. Malik will take the lead after Jurgen serves his drive-through penalty, but there's loads of overtakes going on near the back. Close racing. Going. The drivers don't go side by side. Drivers running wide up Eau Rouge. Clearly they're taking their own line up Eau Rouge, but all is clean up on this first lap. No DNFs as of yet. Jurgen got a bit too eager and is up into the lead of the race, but does have a drive through as Velocity is losing a huge amount of positions, but Plimble working his way back through the grid. Sayer already up into P12. He's got a long race ahead of him if he wants to win this race. As there's a great battle between Velocity and Strielka, as Sayer dives down the inside of Velocity. What a move that is from Sayer, and now he's looking to go around the outside. Sammy Rose left the session. I don't know if what's happened to him, as Justin's now spun. But absolute carnage going on. Lap 1 overtakes galore. Roman up into P6 already, but here comes Sayer on the back of. Manages to get Strielka. Can't get Isaac into the bus stop chicane, but with a good enough exit. But the safety car has now come out on lap 2. Sayer, after starting last, is up into P9 on lap 2. But Robert, after observing the drive-through, actually hasn't. But safety car is out on lap 2. So Malik leads the grid. When this goes, Zach is in P2, followed by in P4. Roman has had an incredible start, and Plimble, both P5 and 7. Casper in the Alpine splitting both the Ferraris. Isaac P8, Sayer P9, Velocity P10, Strielka in P11, followed by Jurgen, Vin, Basson, Justin and Stonebro. Yeah, so 2-stop if you are going soft, medium, but everyone started on the medium tyres. There's a safety car. It's waiting quite a while for. It's going to be waiting quite a while for these cars to get back. Is Jeep Max? I don't know what happened there. He cut the corner and almost took Roman with him. Almost took Roman out. But he's still in P4. As there is a safety car that picked up Malik. So I'm going to say my fruit whilst the safety car is out, as there's been overtake. I think the Sayer came over the grid too quickly. But yeah, Sayer on P9. And I'll be back when the race gets going again. It's been a sad weekend for our Saints fans, and an even sadder weekend for Arsenal. Jesus, 3-0 to Brighton. Wow. Man City has gone and done it again. They have won the Premier League. They just win the next game and then they've won the Premier League. Oh, safety car isn't, and Malik has gone. Wasn't paying attention. Malik has gone. As the safety car restart, Plimble's lost a huge amount of positions. What's happened to him? I think Plimble got tagged from the back probably, and it's now dropped down to P13. But we are green once again here in Spa. Saya making double under move. Manages to get ISO but can't get velocity as of yet. But as they go up, Eau Rouge really close to the rear end of velocity, but he's going to have the top speed now over the hash, round the outside of velocity, and is up into P7 on lap 4. Malik's already near enough got a 1 second gap to Zach, and could possibly go on to win this race. But Saya, if he wants to win this race, he has got to get past Roman, Casper, Max, Bayron, Zach, and his teammates, who all of them won't put up. Will put up a fight as they are in for a good point position. They can't fight too much as they're fighting each other at the moment, which allows Saya to get onto the back of him really quickly. Yeatmate holding up Roman loads throughout that middle sector. But here comes Saya gaining and gaining on him. But can Roman make a move into the buffer chicane as Basson has spun? Roman looks to get past the Yeatmate but can't. Saya up into P6 already. What a move that is on Casper from Saya. And now is on the back of Roman already. I think DRS may be enabled. It's either this lap or the next lap. DRS is enabled as they come up over Rouge. Roman trying to get past Yeatmate. Oh, he took 3 seconds time penalty. Roman weaving to try and get past Yeatmate, and he does that round the outside of Yeatmate, and it's up into P4. What a move that is from Roman. Now Saya on the back of Yeatmate went to have a look down the inside of Yeatmate as Yeatmate makes a little mistake on the exit as the car loses its rear end. and has now lost 3 positions in the space of 2 corners. That is really heartbreaking for him, and now 4 cars have overtaken him in pretty much a sector. It was really heartbreaking for him. He was in a good position, and now it's down in P9. Now Roman under pressure from Saya. Saya is on a charge right now after Roman putting him, or whoever's the lobby owner, put him at the back of the grid and is already up into P5. What a start it has been from Saya. DRS enabled this lap, but the only person that's gonna get it will be Saya. That's in a battle. He's gonna get a huge advantage going down the Camel Say, I think it is. As here comes Saya, Peru Rouge, gaining a huge amount of time on Roman. DRS, ERS wide open, slipstream. He's going to pick up a double toe. Will this be 2 moves in 1? As he dives down the inside of Veyron. That is insane from Saya. 2 moves on 1 straight. That Red Bull is insane. Now we can get after Zach. What is that? He was a good second behind Veyron at the start of the straight and absolutely shot past him going towards the end of the first sector. What a move from Saya. He is a man on a mission. There's yellow flags behind now of Vin as he's lost the rear, but what an overtake from Saya. 2 moves in 1 straight. That Red Bull is insane, and now he's got a mission to get after Zach, who's 3 seconds up ahead of him. Whew. Plimbull spun. I don't know if he's got front wing damage, but it looks like he's managed to keep out of the wall, but it looks like G-Mex and Plimbull have collided together on the exit of the double right-hander. Saya sets the fastest lap of the race and is already only just over 3 seconds behind Zach. This Red Bull is insane as he's closing the gap ever slowly throughout each lap. Lap 7 and he's already on the podium position. Yervin, after the jump at the start, is up into P5. That Aston Martin clearly running a huge amount of more downforce than upper drivers are. As the shared flags of Vin at the top of Eau Rouge, as his fun is not going well for Vin at all. As Malik is having a comfortable race as of yet, up in the lead. Has led every single lap of the race pretty much. As far as Veyron is out of the race. As there's another safety car. Could this be a good opportunity for people to box and get a cheap pit stop? Malik will box, Zach will box, will Saya follow his teammate in? He will box as well. Roman will follow Yervin. So I think everyone on the medium tyres will box for the set of hard tyres. Let's see if Plimbull does. Isaac as well as Yeetmex. What about Justin? Would he stay out? No, he boxes. Why are the hard tyre runners boxing already? Do they think that the medium tyres will go to the end? But Sayers actually lost the position to Roman. Sayers lost the position to Roman in the pit stop after double stacking with Malik. Really unfortunate. But Plimble down in P11. Still got a long way to go in this race. And I'll be back after. Oh, Vin's retired. Vin's retired in the pits. Oh. Oh, Justin won't score any points apparently. I'll be back when the safety car is gone in. The safety car should be in a slap. So let's just wait to see some of the drivers' tyres will be cold. Because hard tyres are hard to get up to temperature. So, lap 9 of 22, we will have 12 laps when the safety car comes in. Once we cross the line, we'll have 12 laps remaining of this race. Saya has had an incredible race as of yet, but can he top this incredible race with a win. Zach in the Alfa Romeo is doing a really good job to score some really good points for the Alfa Romeo team. And as Malik is now gone, he's gone quite early. He's got the jump over Zach, but Zach has got the jump over Roman as well. And here comes Saya down, looking to make a move on Roman. As he does, he makes a move on Roman and gets past him and is up into P3. Zach trying to keep on the back of Malik, but can't. That Red Bull pace is absolutely insane, as we saw earlier with Saya. But here comes Yervin on Roman. Yervin putting up a really good fight. I think this is his first race of the season, and he's already battling for a podium position. Well, not as of yet, but he's battling like top 5. As he's all over the back of Roman. As Roman now gets a 3-second time penalty. So Yervin, if he keeps it within track limits, will go on to have a P4 finish. Unless something happens to Zach, then he could be on the podium. But as it stands, he will be P4. As his yellow flag's behind, and the hat of Justin has now spun. It looks like he's still continuing, so he's not out of the race. But there's a gap starting to open up between Yervin and Roman. But Yervin, with that Mercedes engine slowly but surely closing up on Roman. But if he had an extra 500 meters, probably he would have managed to get the move. But he gets a really good exit out of the final corner up towards turn 1. Will he make a move down the inside? He has a half look down the inside, but can't get a nose in. But what can he do now as we go up a Rouge on lap 11? I don't think DRS is enabled just yet, but here comes Yervin trying to make his way past Roman, but hasn't got enough speed to get past him. Not using his ERS as much as he possibly could be, as his yellow flags once again, as Justin's now spun and he's lost his front wing. As there's another safety car on lap 11. So we've got a third safety car on lap 11. Wow, Saya up it onto the podium position, and we have only had what, a lap or so of racing, and there's another safety car. I don't know why this time, because no drivers crashed out, but there is another safety car. Justin has got no front wing at all. As Sammy Bo, I think, spun. Oh wait, no, he's not even racing, but he's spun. How do I do this shit? He's going to form a bunch of grid right back up once again. This could give Saya a real good opportunity to get past Zach and get after his teammate. Oh, don't know what happened there. There's a big glitch. Justin gets a 5-second time penalty for speeding. Velocity in P6. Do well for the Haas team. Still 10 laps to go in this race. So far will probably be on next lap. Will be in on the next lap. Lap 13. It's been a pretty good opening stint. For most drivers. Benball still has got a lot of work to do. A really bad race today. Safe car will be coming this lap. And will Malik go? He's gone now. Malik has got the jump over Zach, but not that big of a jump than previous times. So got a really good exit, but we are green once again here in Spa. Heading down to turn one with Sayer. He's had a really he's had an alright start off the safety car restart, but this could be even better for him as he's on the back of Zach now. ERS slipstream. He's stopped using his ERS, has a half look down the inside of Zach, but can't find a way past him. As he gets a really good exit down the inside of Zach and is up into P2. What a recovery drive this is from Sayer. Previous times other drivers have had a really good race, but today Sayer has been outstanding after starting last, and now it's P2 on lap 14. Absolute incredible race for Sayer, and can now get after his teammate who's 1.2 seconds ahead of him. Zach could still be on for a podium here as long as he keeps ahead of Jurgen. There's still quite a long way to go in this race. Lap 14 of 22. Just another 7 laps to go. As we cross the line, there'll be 7 laps to go. And Malik still leading the race, but the gap's slowly closing. The gap just 1 second now. Sayer clearly using that. He's got a lot more straight line speed as Plimble is spun at the top of Eau Rouge. It's been a horrid race for Plimble as Jurgen. Oh no, what's happened to Sayer? Sayer's spun. Sayer has lost the rear and he's dropped down to P7. He's now got even more work to do in this race. This is really unfortunate for him. He was started last, got up to P2 and is now dropped down to P7. I think he spun. It's really unfortunate for him. He's now got to drive with so much anger now. Kill his tyres to get back up onto that podium position. And right now Jurgen, I think this is his debut race, and if it is his debut race, it will be on for a podium here. But heartbreak for Sayer as he was on an absolute almighty charge through the grid, and could still happen if he can get past these two quick enough. As he looks to go around the outside of Casper, fakes the outside, goes down the inside of Casper, and is up into P6. DRS enabled this lap, so he will get an extra boost down the straights to help him get past the cars that are ahead of him. But it's really unfortunate for him. He was in a really good position and is now in P6. You have DRS down this back straight, or down the straight. DRS, ERS, and is up into P5. Now he's got a task on his hands, 2.1, the gap now to Roman. Jurgen on the podium position and is already on the back of Zach. But it looks like Malik, after starting the race in first, could go on to win this race for Red Bull. Casper gets another 3 second time penalty. I'll give you an update on penalties. Casper 6, Roman 3, Basson, Isaac and Yemex all on 3. But here is Jurven. Just 1/10 the gap now between himself and Zach. And Saya, 1.2 the gap now to Roman. Here comes Jurven down the inside. But can't get the move done. Can he get the move done into the bus stop chicane? Zach placing his car right in the middle of the road. Jurven forcing his way down the inside, but whilst they are battling, Roman looking to get past Jurven down the inside of Zach, and is he up into P2? No, Zach has got the better traction out of the corner. Is up into is back up into P2. Roman into P3, and whilst they have been battling, Saya has closed the gap right up and is all over the back of this battle. Could this be forward going towards the next side? It's going to be close. Roman up into P2, but there comes Jurven up into P2. Saya P4. Unfortunate for Zach, who has lost out on a podium. But Saya back up into P4. Will be P3 once the race is over, unless he can get past Roman and then Jurven. But if it stays how it is, Saya will be P3. But Malik, lap 17, and it's still got a 6-second gap to Jurven, and this three-way battle for podium position. As Saya closing on Roman. Will he make a move into the bus stop chicane? It's going to be a big dive bomb. He chooses to stay behind Roman. Lap 18 now. DRS wide open. And he's got a really good exit. Will he make a move into turn 1? No, he stays behind once again. Can he get a good run up a roof to get past Roman? That Red Bull showing much more speed than that Ferrari, as it's shown going up a roof. DRS, ERS, little bit of slipstream as they're getting really close to each other. Careful not to make contact. He goes for the switchback, looks to get the double switchback, but can't get the double switchback. This is going to be a great battle between these two, as they've been battling all season long. Casper is now spun, and there's yellow flag sector 2. That is for Casper Strickers. Gets 5 seconds time penalty for placing with Basson. And Saya's got a lot of work to do to get past Roman. And whilst they have been battling, Jurven has managed to pull a 1 second gap to these two. And Saya get past. They're down the inside of Roman, and it's now up into P3, but Roman gets looking to get the switchback on him. He will get DRS to, down the back, the Kemmel straight. I think it's the Kemmel straight, I'm not too sure. DRS, but then Pitbull has got so much straight line speed, so it's nothing when this Ferrari has DRS to help him. But it's not going to be enough. Saya keeps that P3. and they've got 3 laps to get after Jurgen. But it could be a Red Bull 1-3 with Jurgen in P2. Velocity having a good race in P6, but really unfortunate for Zach, who could actually finish P4 here if he can keep on the back of Roman. He could be in P4, but he's got to stay as close as possible to Roman. He's got to push that car to keep his car to keep as much as he can, stay within that 3 seconds. And it looks like he's doing that quite well. 2 seconds the gap now between Saya and Jurgen. This is going to be a exciting end to the race. May not be any action, but it's going to be close to see if Zach can get P4. 2 more laps to go and Malik is cruising up ahead. Hasn't put a foot wrong. And will most likely go on to win this race. Controlled the race with by his own hands. He's got Kevin's caught under safety car restarts. 3 safety car restarts, in fact. And it's been a really good race for Malik. Just 2 more laps to go for him, and then he will be an F1. He will be the race winner. But I don't think Zach is going to have enough to keep on the back of Roman. He's gaining down the straight, but losing quite a lot during the corners. Zach is going to need to have a miracle. Looks like Roman will take that P4. Can Saya do anything with 2 laps to go? Oh, 1 and a bit laps to go. Can he gain that time? He can push it even harder. It could be a last lap battle. But Timble up into P6 now. He's having a quick recovery race after having a really poor qualifying session. And it's P4 and 6 for the time being for the Ferrari drivers. It's been a poor weekend for them. Been a really poor weekend for the Ferrari drivers. But with 1 lap and 2 corners to go, Malik will come round the final corner to start the final lap of this race. 22 hard, long laps around Spa. 22 laps of concentration, of not trying to put a foot wrong, and 22 laps with multiple safety cars. And after all of that, he's starting the final lap to possibly become a race winner. To become the race winner around Spa. Kept it cool. Knew what he had to do on the safety car restarts. Even when Jurgen got the jump, he still knew what he had to do and done it well. Jurgen is over an incredible race after getting the jump in the start, getting the drive through, and has managed to keep a good hand on and is now on the podium going for a P2. So yeah, it's had an incredible race starting last and has worked his way up all the way to P3. That doesn't matter. Malik comes around the final two corners and will come across the line to loses it on the rear, but it will come across the line just about to win this Spa Grand Prix. Jurgen will come home in P2, followed by Slayer. Roman will come home in P4 as that unfortunately gets good points in P5, followed by Kimball. Rossi soon will come home in P7. Isaac just about comes home in P8, followed by Casper, who is at the moment in P9 but will drop down. Oh, Strelka gets 5 seconds of time penalty, so he will keep his P9, and Basson will come in P11. So that has been Spanish Grand Prix, not Spanish, I don't know, Spa Grand Prix. And yeah, safe drive of the day. I hope you all enjoyed. And let me see. Oh, just wanted to get the end of it, but say I actually got the fastest lap as well. So, safe drive of the day. I hope you all enjoyed, and I will see you all next week for another ILR Grand Prix.